Ladies, let me tell you something that might hurt a little bit, but it's going to help you a whole lot more. If you're always the one reaching out, texting first, calling, checking in, keeping the connection alive, you're not in a relationship. You're in a performance. And baby, you deserve better than that. Sometimes the biggest mistake you can make is trying to prove your worth to somebody who can't see it. You're spending your energy trying to convince a man to care, to stay, to choose you. That ain't love. That's desperation. You are way too valuable to be out here auditioning for a role in somebody's life when you were born to be the lead. You keep calling. You keep forgiving. And he just keeps pulling back, answering when it's convenient, talking sweet when he wants something, then going cold when he's had his fill. That's not confusion. That's manipulation. And the longer you keep running after him, the longer you delay the one who's actually meant to treat you right. You see, when you truly understand who you are, you stop begging for attention. You stop chasing texts. You stop staying up at night wondering why he hasn't replied. Because a woman who knows her value don't panic over silence. She finds peace in it. But it takes courage. It takes strength. Because walking away don't mean you don't care. It means you care enough about yourself to stop bleeding for someone who wouldn't even hand you a Band-Aid. I know some of y'all are thinking, but Steve, what if he just needs time? What if he's scared of love? Let me break it down for you. A man who wants you will move heaven and earth to keep you. He won't risk losing you over ego or games. Men may be slow sometimes, but we ain't stupid. If a man ain't calling, it's because he doesn't want to. If he's ignoring you, it's because he doesn't fear losing you. You teach people how to treat you by what you tolerate. If you keep giving your time, your energy, your heart to who does the bare minimum, that's exactly what you're going to keep getting, the bare minimum. And after a while, you start to believe that's all you're worth. But let me tell you right now, you're worth more. You're worth being pursued. You're worth consistency. You're worth love that doesn't make you question yourself every night. But the first person who has to believe that is you. When you value yourself enough to walk away, it sends a message that says, I know I am. I know what I bring. And I'm not settling for someone who can't see that. And that message, it's powerful. Sometimes that's the moment he wakes up. Sometimes it's the moment you wake up. But either way, that's the moment everything changes. You have to stop thinking you can love someone into loving you. That if you just try harder, prove yourself more, stay just a little longer, they'll come around. Nah, that's not how real love works. Real love meets you where you are. Real love doesn't make you question if you're enough. So today, stop reaching out. Just stop. Don't send the good morning text. Don't watch his stories. Don't check his status. Give him the gift of missing you. And give yourself the gift of peace. Because when you value yourself enough to walk away, you open the door for the love that's been waiting to walk in. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can say is nothing. No text, no call, no update, no check-in. Just silence. Because silence, that's where the truth shows up. When you stop making the effort, stop initiating the conversation, stop chasing a connection that only you seem to be fighting for, you learn something real fast. Who's really there for you? And who was just there for the convenience? See, too many of y'all are afraid of silence. You think if you go quiet, you'll lose him. But let me ask you this, if silence can break it, was it ever solid to begin with? What happens when you stop reaching out is telling. That man either realizes, hold up, I haven't heard from her. And he starts to miss your presence. Or he doesn't notice at all. And if he don't notice, baby, that's your answer right there. That silence just saved you from wasting another second on somebody who never really valued you. You've got to stop being scared of pulling back. Because the truth is, when you're always available, always responding, there's no mystery, no chase, no reason for him to step up. You become routine. And let me tell you something, men don't chase value. They chase what they can't easily predict, what they know they have to work for. That silence, it creates space. And in that space, people show you exactly where they stand. The ones who care, they'll come closer. They'll feel your absence. They'll step up. And the ones who don't, they'll fade. And you've got to be okay with that, because fading is their way of saying they were never really invested. And that's not your loss. That's your liberation. Now, don't confuse silence with playing games. This is about manipulation. This is about clarity. This is about resetting the energy. You've been over-giving, over-texting, over-functioning in that connection. Pulling back isn't a trick, it's a recalibration. It's saying, let's see what happens when I stop doing all the work. Some of you are so used to noise, so used to constant communication, that you forget how revealing silence is. It shows you who checks in on you, who misses you, who notices you're gone. And let me tell you, if your silence doesn't trigger a reaction, that connection was built on one side. There's power in not reacting, power in not always responding, power in letting someone wonder. Because when you stop feeding that man your energy, he has to decide, was it you he valued or just the way you made him feel? Look, I've seen too many people lose themselves trying to hold on to somebody who wouldn't even notice if they let go. That's heartbreaking. But you don't have to live like that. You don't have to chase love. The right person will feel your silence. They will hear it loud and clear. And if they don't, that silence was never empty. It was full of answers. So don't be afraid to go quiet. Don't be afraid to let the phone sit still. Because if they care, they'll come looking. And if they don't, then let them go. Your peace is not in the noise. Your power is in the pause. Let me tell you something I learned the hard way. And I'm sure some of y'all have too. Not everybody who walks away from you is a loss. Matter of fact, some people leaving your life is the best thing that could have ever happened to you. But you didn't see it at the time because it felt like rejection. It felt like failure. It felt like you weren't good enough. But I need you to hear me now. Rejection isn't always a punishment. Sometimes it's protection. Sometimes it's redirection. Sometimes it's God stepping in like, nah, this ain't the one for you. I got something better, but you're too focused on this mess to see what I'm trying to give you. See, we get so caught up in chasing people who don't miss the blessing in them leaving. We cry, we beg, we plead, we wonder what we did wrong. But half the time, it ain't about you. It's about them not being ready, them not being right, them not being capable of handling the kind of love, loyalty, and strength you bring to the table. Let's be real, some of y'all dodged a lifetime of pain just because that man didn't text you back, just because he ghosted you, just because he didn't commit. That was God's way of saying, this ain't it, baby. But instead of thanking God, you stayed up all night replaying every word, every conversation, trying to figure out how you could change the outcome. But why would you want to change it? Why would you want to force something that was clearly not meant for you? That man couldn't see your worth. He kept making you feel like you were too much, too emotional, too demanding, too intense. But the truth is, you weren't too much. You were just too much for him. That rejection, that silence, that unanswered call, it was a gift in ugly wrapping paper. You didn't like how it looked. You didn't like how it felt. But once you open it up, once you step back and heal, you realize it saved you. It freed you from something that would have broken you down slowly over time. And let me tell you, when someone walks away from you, when they leave you hanging, when they ignore your offer, it ain't your cue to try harder. That's your cue to stand up and move on. Because you don't have to convince the right person to stay. The one who's meant for you will recognize your value. They'll show up, not just when it's convenient, but when it matters. But you got to stop seeing rejection as a reflection of your worth. Rejection is often just a reflection of misalignment. You wanted loyalty, he wanted freedom. You wanted commitment, he wanted options. That's not your failure. That's incompatibility. You're not hard to love. You're just trying to love the wrong person. And rejection is the universe's ways in the door. That was never meant to be opened in the first place. That man leaving, that wasn't a loss. That was a lesson. And sometimes that's the only way we, through pain, through silence, through doors that shut right in our faces. But eventually you'll see. You'll thank the moments that broke your heart. You'll appreciate the ones who left because their absence made space for something real, something whole, something that don't make you beg for love. So stop calling it rejection like it's some curse. Start calling it what it really is, protection. You didn't lose him. You lost the version of yourself that thought you needed him to be complete. And baby, that ain't a loss. That's freedom. And when you finally understand that, you'll stop chasing people who walk away from you. You'll let them go, and you'll do it with peace. Because now you know they weren't rejecting you. They were making room for the one who's ready to choose you. Let me break this down for you plain and simple. The right man will not need convincing. You won't have to chase him, question him, beg him, or try to prove him why you're worthy of love. He'll see it on his own. He'll feel it in your presence. And he'll show you through his actions, not just his words, that he wants you in his life. Now, I know some of y'all are tired of giving your best to P8, the bare minimum. You keep explaining yourself. You keep repeating what you need. You keep trying to fix things, thinking if you just do a little more, love a little harder, stay a little longer, he'll finally get it. But let me tell you something right now. If a man doesn't recognize your worth from the start, he ain't the one. The right one. He won't play with your mind. He won't confuse you with hot and cold behavior. He won't disappear for days, then come back like nothing happened. No. The right man shows up. He stays consistent. He respects your time, your energy, your love. He doesn't see your standards as a problem. He sees them as a blessing because he's ready to meet them. You shouldn't have to coach a man on how to treat you. You shouldn't have to write a manual on how to love you. The right man comes already equipped with emotional maturity. He knows what he wants. And if it's you, he'll make that kill games. No second guessing. No, I'm not ready speeches. Because let me tell you, I'm not ready is just code for I don't value you enough to be serious right now. When a man is truly ready and when he truly sees you, there's no hesitation. He'll pursue you with intention. He'll make space in his life for you, not excuses. He won't be scared off by your strength or your standards. He'll admire them. And you won't have to shrink yourself to be loved. You'll be able to show up fully as yourself, and he'll meet you right there. Ladies, love should not feel like a constant struggle. It's not supposed to feel like a full-time job just to keep someone's attention. If you're constantly trying to prove you're in the wrong situation, love doesn't require convincing. It requires alignment. The man who wants you will make effort, not confusion. He won't just talk about a future with you. He'll take steps toward building it. And here's the key. He won't make you feel like a burden for asking for what you deserve. He'll be grateful you even gave him the chance to be in your life. So stop wasting your breath trying to explain to a grown man why he should love you right. You're not here to beg. You're here to be chosen fully, intentionally, and with respect. The right one won't need a wake-up call. He'll already be awake when he sees you. And he won't let you slip away because he'll know you are the prize.